In a force-overwhelming universe, some employ physical force, but some employ manipulation. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka is intelligent. He's an ace manipulator. His enemies don't even understand that they are conquered until it has already occurred. But how does he manipulate them unaware? How does he psychologically annihilate them without laying a hand upon them? Today, let's delve deeper into the darker psychology of the genius Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Before we dive further into the manipulation of Ayanokoji, let us take a brief aside to get to know him and why his manipulation style is so successful.
This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Ayanokoji Kiyotaka is the protagonist of Classroom of the Elite, a low-profiled but highly intellectual student. The fact that he can manipulate, outsmart, and control other individuals without anyone the wiser makes him one of the most suspenseful and lethal anime characters. But what sets him apart from other manipulator characters is that he possesses cold rationality, emotional detachment, and the ability to manipulate on a large scale, never breaking a sweat. Ayanokoji's manipulations are not simply about obtaining what he desires, but about dominating everyone and everything within his vicinity, conducting events to the point where other people cannot possibly understand. So let us dissect the psychological tools that he uses to control his universe. 1. The deception in his psyche. Ayanokoji's manipulation has three foundational principles: control, deception, and emotional detachment. In order to understand how Ayanokoji manipulates individuals, we need to understand the fundamentals upon which his strategies are built. At the core of his manipulation is an extensive knowledge about human nature and behavior. He does not manipulate people's behavior. He manipulates their minds. Ayanokoji possesses the knowledge to control the thinking, belief systems, and behavior of other people, unbeknownst to them. Second control, the chess grandmaster. Ayanokoji's brilliance lies in the fact that he has control, but nobody has the faintest clue. Each move is meticulously calculated. He places people in situations where they believe they are doing what they want, but they're actually following a path already charted by him. Imagine a chessboard where every player's pieces are controlled. But with Ayanokoji, the opponent doesn't even know they're playing. This creates the illusion of free will. The others think they are making choices when, in fact, they are following a path laid out by him. He knows where the path will lead before they even start. This manipulation is deadly. He doesn't need force or deceit. Instead, he relies on careful, thoughtful control. 3. Deception. The power of underestimation. One of the best qualities Ayanokoji possesses is deception. He ensures that he conceals his actual strengths, portraying himself as weak. While others strut about boasting of their strengths, Ayanokoji keeps quiet, observing, learning, and waiting patiently to strike. This deception makes him unpredictable. His enemies believe they are in control, unaware they are walking into his trap. The fact that Ayanokoji remains low profile while others exhaust themselves is one of the keys to his success. What's fascinating about him is that his low-profile nature and lack of obvious ambition lead people to misjudge him. They find him harmless, but that's exactly what makes him so deadly. He waits patiently, keeping a low profile while others charge headfirst, only to strike precisely when people least expect it. 4. Emotional detachment. No vulnerabilities. Ayanokoji is emotionally detached, which makes him especially sinister. He lacks emotional predispositions and weak points. That makes him purely rational, untroubled by hesitation or guilt. Most people under maximum pressure are bound to be led astray by feelings, fear, anger, desperation. Ayanokoji does not fall victim to these emotions. He cannot be led away by feelings like love, hate, or pride. His decisions are purely based on logic, computation, and reasoning. This emotional detachment both keeps him focused and makes him emotionally unmanipulable. While other individuals use empathy, sympathy, or guilt to manipulate others, Ayanokoji cannot be swayed. He does not care about other people's feelings, and this indifference is his greatest asset. 5. How he deceives enemies. Ayanokoji doesn't manipulate people. He manipulates systems. He uses the most influential players as pawns to further his purposes. Take the whole school system in advanced nurturing high school. Ayanokoji doesn't focus on his own goals. He manipulates the entire system. While others are struggling to gain grades, popularity, and power, Ayanokoji is the one controlling things behind the scenes. His manipulation happens below the radar, making him part of the system, but an actor outside of it. He doesn't play by the rules. He makes new ones. 6th, Ryuan, the predator. Becoming the prey. Take Ryuan, the self-declared head of Class 1D. He was certain that he was in control of Ayanokoji. But one was smarter. Ayanokoji made Ryuan think that he was the one pulling the strings, leading him toward his own downfall. When Ryuan tried to crush Ayanokoji physically, he didn't expect to be shattered mentally and psychologically instead. The shock that Ryuan was the inferior one came when Ayanokoji had already conquered him. Ryuan thought he was the hunter, but in reality, he was the hunted. This situation highlights the core of Ayanokoji's manipulation. He doesn't break people physically. He breaks them mentally. Ryuan thought he was in control, but the truth was, Ayanokoji had won from the very beginning. 7. Kushida. Betrayed by a master. Kushida believed she was the best manipulator around. She hid behind a mask of kindness. But against Ayanokoji, she was just another pawn. He exposed her true nature and used it to further his own agenda. Kushida didn't expect this. She thought she could beat Ayanokoji, but she had no chance. He didn't need to fight her physically. He didn't need to raise his voice. He simply used the situation to his advantage, leading her to her own destruction. Kushida's sense of superiority was shattered, and she became another piece in Ayanokoji's grand design. 8. The complete system. Success without playing the game. Ayanokoji's manipulation doesn't end with his classmates. He doesn't merely play games within the system, he controls the system. As others struggle for power, Ayanokoji has already rewritten the rules. He doesn't just win individual battles, he commands the entire battlefield. This strategy isn't just about individual victory, it's about controlling the entire narrative. Ayanokoji doesn't merely play the game, he ensures that he always controls the game. This makes him an absolute genius. He doesn't react to situations, he creates them. 9. Why he's the best puppeteer. Ayanokoji doesn't care about fame, praise, or revenge. He manipulates simply because he can. With unmatched intelligence, strategic thinking, and an indifference to the world around him, he is the greatest puppeteer. He doesn't need authority, he is authority. He doesn't need praise or recognition. His power is silent, invisible, yet omnipresent. Ayanokoji has no interest in prestige. He is only interested in control, and his satisfaction comes from mastering everything around him. Conclusion. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka is an unmatched genius, thinking purely through cold rationality, outwitting and manipulating those around him. A master manipulator, always 2 steps ahead, with the ability to control, deceive, and remain emotionally detached. No one can oppose him. Would you survive in a world run by Ayanokoji? That's a question yet to be answered. The world of manipulation has Ayanokoji at the top, and the game is rigged in his favor.